Come on, sing more lyrics. Do you know any to start this episode?
It's Thursday night, the song that no one liked from the third campaign.
It's okay. It's just not very... I mean, it is specific, but also, like, not specific.
It's your turn to roll, okay?
Okay, don't sing that one. Well, you did last time.
I did.
But you don't know more
You know why?
lyrics.
Because I'm the ultimate quitter, Annie.
Oh, God.
Oh, I could do the D&D Beyond opening.
And I'm Minty.
You got your perfect warlock, and now you need your weapons and supplies.
That doesn't sound right.
And we're doing Legend of Vox Machina, episode 46 on FunUntitled, the podcast we serve every episode with FU.
I think you screwed that up.
Nope, it was smooth like butter.
So I'll say this, for the episodes 4 to 6, these were really good. I thought they were simple, I thought the animation was good, I like the aesthetics of everything, I thought the Briarwoods is being established as being villains without being like overly done, but also very theatrical.
Now, you need to understand, I am a hardcore Critical Role fan. Like,
I've seen everything of Vox Machina, seen the podcast,
Shut
the
the
Video
fuck
on
up,
the
shut the fuck
Man,
up.
read the comic books.
Like, I can say confidently, I know at least Liam and Sam knows I exist. Yeah.
You sure?
Yes. I know Sam commented on one of my tweets, and I know Liam did too. He put my shit in his likes.
Oh, a like on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did not know Legend of Vox Machina got this dark. Like, nothing in the entire world could have prepared me for the Sun Tree.
I mean, it's hard, right? Because it's a D&D podcast, so you don't really get to see things visually, and you have Anfantasia, so you couldn't see shit anyways.
Yeah, but like the Mighty Nine campaign never got that dark. Like the whole entire Whitestone is depressing.
It's like Hiro Mishima going from Rave Master to Fairy Tale.
That's what you mean, I get what you mean, okay.
Yeah, from dark to something more lighthearted. Although I don't know if Mighty Nine gets that dark. I mean, because Caleb, Wizard had a very dark past.
He had a dark past, but we didn't really go into it. Like, we never saw, like, entire school full of torture victims.
Sounds like Annie didn't read Caleb's Origins comic book.
I'm sorry, I didn't get it in time, okay? They're having three-ways in there, and I'm not part of it.
Fat Critical Role fan.
Fat, giant, fat. I mean, okay, like, I enjoyed episode 46, don't get me wrong. I was really just fucking bummed out the whole time.
Really?
Like, that's not my cup of tea. Like, I'm the escapist. I like happy things, yada, yada, yada. Psychiatrist loves me.
I was pulled in. Like I said, I think aesthetically it was very good. I like how hardcore it got. And I do like that it still had like those comedic moments and it didn't really take you out of it, but like it did make the hard moments impact me even more.
Well, let's break into it. Episode 4, that's basically the entire crew gets house arrest and they deal with the Blight monsters.
Oh, is that what they are?
I don't know what they're called, but the attacks they do seems like the spell Blight, where all your moisture comes out of every orifices.
Oh, now I've been telling Annie this entire day that if you sleep with dead people, you got a problem. And she's like, I don't know why you keep bringing this up. Then we saw this episode and I'm like, cause I was preparing you for this moment.
Oh, when everyone got fucked by dead people. So what do you think about episode 4 overall?
Overall, I thought it was pretty good. I like the death scenes. I like the imagery of the black liquid coming out. I thought it could go faster. Like it was a bit slow. It felt very much like Castlevania. Not Castlevania like theme, but like how when they fought the other vampires, it was kind of slow animation, but not as bad.
Fun fact, the animators were like, oh, this is what we got. And the crew was like, no, Monstrea. You gotta go bloodier. You gotta fuck our characters over.
That was the one thing that kind of bothered me was like, okay, so the Blight monsters, they kill the soldiers, right?
Yeah.
And they basically do the same thing to the Vox Machina, but they don't die. Now, I know what you're gonna say. They're stronger, they're better, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, they weren't like barely affected.
I think because when the soldiers died, they got like pierced and that's when they lost their moistures. But then that's when they also got like skidded across the wall or like smashed through the wall.
Yeah, but Grog got pierced in the chest.
I don't think that's actually physical damage. I think they had to like bang him against like the ceiling or something if you wanted to kill him.
Oh.
But then Vox Machina was able, they always helped each other out. Like when someone grabbed Scanlan, Vax immediately came and saved them.
Okay, that makes a bit more sense to me.
And okay, I don't get Keeler and Pike. I really don't get them how they was written. I don't get Pike's whole thing of, oh, I can't do a light cantrip. Keeler, can you do it? Like, no, I can't. Oh, here, I'll do a 3rd level sun later on. It's like, you can't do a fucking cantrip, but you can do a 3rd level sun. And Pike's like, I gotta go, but Keeler, you are the new light. Like, what a weird narrative wanted to give the two magic users.
Well, can druids do cantrip?
Yeah, every magic class can do cantrips. Like
What?
There was one scene in episode 5 when Keela made a flower bloom on Vax's hand. That's druidcraft. That's a cantrip.
Oh, interesting.
I know a little bit too much about D&D.
No, or maybe not enough.
Maybe not enough. But yeah, so I don't know. Do you like Keela and Pike?
No, I don't care for those two. Although I did like Keela in the other episodes. Really going into like the wild shape and turning into animals and being very fluid. I don't know, I just like the carnage sometimes. The personality is but the carnage is good.
I feel like you like the Briarwood story more than the characters, if that's fair to say.
In one sense, yeah, but I think the 5th episode is what really brought things together for me in terms of like everything. Let's go into like, unless you have something else to say. Okay, so for the 5th episode, this is where they have to leave Whitestone and then they're going to go to
Yeah, they're leaving the capital and they're going to Whitestone.
Right, okay. So starts off with the shopping scene. Shopping scene was okay. It was whatever, right?
Yeah, that's just Gilmore fan service. Which, if you think about it, the fact that they almost lost everything immediately kind of made the whole shopping trip kind of useless.
I mean, I think that's like their personality in one sense, you know? Because like they started off from nothing. Oh, okay, they bought all this shit, then they lost it all. Like these guys and money and wealth, they don't go together.
Why did they not put everything in the bag of holding?
How would I know? I don't even know what a bag of holding is.
That's true. They should have probably explained that.
Yeah, basically you just see like shit coming in and out of it.
I know there's a funny scene. I don't know if they're going to animate this at the end of the Whitestone arc where Grog is like, oh god, we have too much shit in this bag. So he starts emptying it out and people are like, we put too many heads in that.
But what I liked about this scene is like the whole carriage part, the whole running against the dog. Because, okay, the dogs, yes, they were 3D animated and it did feel a little weird because aesthetically it was kind of off in 3D against 2D, but I thought the designs were very good and unique enough where it's like, yeah, obviously you had to do it this way.
Fun fact, the horse is also 3D and the studio in an interview was like, man, we really hated doing the horses in this series.
Oh, yeah. Huh, I didn't even focus on the horses.
How could you not focus on the horse? At one point, all we did was talk about the horses. There's a one point in our lives where you're like, how is the horses just not freaking the fuck out the entire time? And you were like, horses are dumb. No horse rights. And that's when the bronies got really upset and we had to make a public apology.
I refuse. But I like the action. I like how they were fighting. I like when Keela shot the arrow to save Scanlan.
Vex. You said Keela.
Damn it. Fucking twins and...
They're all elves. Racist.
Elves.
I think it's interesting. I don't know if this is how they did it in the campaign or how this blatant in your face Keela and Vax are like kind of falling in love with each other.
It's weird. They seem like a weird couple. Like, I don't like the hints. Like, okay, I really hate the hints between Scanlan and Pike, right? Like, Grog is the one who said that Pike's leaving, and then they do like this little like view to Scanlan. I'm like, there wasn't really many hints you liked her. Like, if you wanted to have this moment.
Did they do that?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think there's one moment, but it's like not the best
Oh,
moment.
I remember now.
Yeah. And then the Vax and Keela, that one's okay. I guess it's cute. It's not my cup of tea. I'm really vibing with the Percy and Vax though.
Oh, all the like stupid like, oh, you practicing your bitch face? Like, my what? And like, make this thing go faster, Percy. Yeah. Like, this thing won't build with speed. And did you just yeah me?
Yeah, I mean, I love bickering couples, right? So this one's coming up right up my alley.
I don't know. I thought Vax and Keela would be cuter just because of what glimpses I saw. But the way that Keela is this anxious about everything makes her feel uncomfortable around Vax when I know that's not the intention.
Hey, one's anxious and one's too lax. They're gonna help bring each other like up and down.
Oh.
And I like the scene where the dog had to use only a half its body to track back home. Like a little duck waddling.
Someone said that this episode had a really character development with Vex and Scanlan because at first we only saw them kind of like, you're not the boss of me. It's like, I'm gonna get my bear to eat you. But this time it's like, I'm not dying for that, no, so you better get closer.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, what I do like about Vox Machina also is that they don't fall into the trap of making it like clicks.
Yeah.
Like everyone's interacting with everyone.
Campaign 3.
Yeah, Campaign 3's having a bit of a click moment. But you know, I'm sure as time goes on, things will happen. Campaign 2 kind of had a bit of a clicky thing.
They had a clicky thing in the beginning. I think they did a really good job at the end of getting rid of them. Like in the beginning, not always was it Caleb, but then later on, you Veth, Jester, Veth, Ford, Veth, Yasha, Bo, yada yada.
Yeah. There's episode 5 was probably my favorite one. Episode 6 was probably my least favorite one. But I mean, overall, it's still pretty good. It's just my least favorite of these three.
Yeah, I don't really understand why when they tried to open the door and then they got piss drawn on them, I was like, was this necessary?
I thought it was fucking hilarious. I thought it was. So episode 6 is, of course, they get to Whitestone, right? This sounds terrible, but the whole hanging 7 people to be... You're like, I don't think Minty was gonna bring this up, but okay, here we are. The 7 people being hung just like Vox Machina. I thought it was funny, not in like the haha way, but just like, it's so overly theatrical and so unnecessary that it's just kind of funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you didn't have to invite 2 families over and dress them up and hang them, but here we are.
I know, because I was like, oh, she's giving her like the pike symbol, right? So I thought, or the Everlight symbol. And I was like, is this like, are they like anti-Everlight? But I was like, oh, they're dressing them up. I don't know why they had to feed them.
I don't think they fed them, bro.
Oh, yeah, I think it was supposed to be get into your tires, then supper, but supper never came.
Supper was a rope around the neck.
Oh, jeez.
In the original Thingy Mabooba
Podcast?
yeah, they hunted a bear to hang up.
Oh, then why didn't they have that?
It's so funny when they first describe it, they thought that it was Percy's family that was just hanging on the sun tree because in the early episodes, you get to see the viewer's commentary on the side.
Oh, I see.
So they all thought, oh, that's totally Percy's family. But then I think Marisha was the first one to realize it was them.
Oh, how would it be the Derolos? Wouldn't they be like bones? I mean, they've been dead for like what, at least 10 years?
I think it's been 5 years.
Alright, I'm still decomposition, right?
I think they're so excessive having giants walk around everywhere.
It's an interesting aspect to have. You know, I don't get these villains that like they take over a town and they keep the people in it and let them suffer. I'm like, why don't you just kill all the people and just have like a land all to yourself?
Like a city of thieves.
I don't know, something, right? Like,
And why would the people just not leave?
right, like, I don't know.
Oh, we used to be really bountiful, but they ruined the sun tree. Something about vampires don't like suns, and now we can't grow shit. So I guess we're just gonna starve to death.
That's also something funny, right? Like the vampires, they could take any town, right? They got the power.
They got the touch.
They chose the one with the sun tree. Like, I felt like they were like being kind of petty. They're like, oh, this town. I mean, we could take an easier town, one that doesn't have a sun tree that could kill us, but you know, this town we're gonna take down.
I will say, yeah, I didn't really care for most of the episode, but I did think Percy at the end was pretty hot. No surprise.
I like that he has his kill list on his gun. That's pretty, like that theatrical detailing part. That's like the parts you really want to see in something like this.
I wish they made it clear that the gun's name was bad news.
No, I think that's like part of the allure, or like the joke of it in a sense, right?
Yeah.
So you could have cool things like, oh, I've got some bad news for you, and like a shot to the head.
I know he has a quote. I don't know if it's gonna come up in this arc.
A crow?
Quote.
Oh, quote.
Where it's like, nothing travels faster than bad news.
Oh, jeez.
And Townsend is so fucking cool.
Right, stuff like that. It's that like aesthetic. So I thought these are like 3 very good out of the 6 episodes. I mean, I like the fighting, but it wasn't like unique fighting. It was like just fighting the mob, right? So it wasn't that great. Although the backdoor scene, as we've said, I think it was very funny. Because it's just that contrast of like 3 idiots trying to like, open a door compared to the other 3 who's like kicking ass and taking names.
So next 3 episodes coming out next week, and I know a lot of the cast's favorite episode is episode 9.
I guess that kind of makes sense. A little getting to the climax. Probably gonna fight the Briarwoods in that one.
So wait till next week, cause like I have no idea what's gonna happen.
My fat Critical Role fan doesn't know what's gonna happen.
And you know, as I say, is it Thursday yet?
No.
That's what Matt says at every episode.
Really?
Yeah.